When God gives you an idea, trust me, He has an agenda for that. And so, have you ever downloaded an idea, maybe in the back room or in your quiet moment, or just cruising in your car, playing something really soft, and immediately the idea dropped? You were like, yeah, like this is deep. You felt like a genius. You felt so brilliant. You were excited. In fact, you took your journal and then you wrote it down. You already began to imagine this idea manifesting on different layers. And then when it was time for you to execute, you felt stuck. And then when you started making research, when you started researching the idea, you noticed that there are several other people doing it. And then that also made you feel like, I'm copying their idea. If you're new to me, my name is Faith, aka The Lighthouse. Are you really copying the idea? Like so many people have come to me to say, I want to do this, but this person is doing this. I want to do this, but this person is doing this. When I was starting my journey as a coach, I went online. To be honest with you, I didn't really have any, direct relationship with anybody who was doing it. But the more I began to search and research, I realized there were so many people doing it. Now imagine if I didn't go ahead. Because one thing I realized is so many people may download an idea, but the execution of that idea would be absolutely different. And so you need to own it and execute it based on who you are. There is the tendency to want to adjust your own process because this is how Mrs. A or Mr. A or Miss B was doing theirs. No, wisdom lives within you. And so the very mind or brain that was able to download that idea is capable enough to execute it. Now, for those of you who are Christians, people of faith, when God gives you an idea, trust me, He has an agenda for that. And so when you chicken out and sit back, I remember again when I decided that I was going to start showing up online to just share my experience and the little wisdom that I'd gotten about marriage. Do you know what happened to me? I felt stuck. I felt like I wasn't good enough to talk about it. I felt like it wasn't in my place to talk to anyone. I felt like my marriage was too young. But one day I went online, I saw one lady blabbing God knows what, but she had thousands of people. It was a live. She had hundreds of people. It was a live session. And the Holy Spirit just told me, stay there and keep making excuses that you're shy and then you're this and you're that. There are certain people whose destinies are tied to yours just because of your unique story. And so, damn the fear, right? Get up and make the move in that little clarity that you have. Trust me, confidence and further clarity comes on the journey. I didn't start out to be a coach, but putting myself out there, learning more as much as I have impacted many lives, I have been transformed the most in this past 7 years of my journey. And so when you download an idea, stop feeling like you're too small to execute it. Stop feeling like it's a popular opinion. If you want to buy a Benz, maybe Benz 2025, right? And then maybe you probably just saw it online and told yourself, this is the car you're going to buy. Trust me, when you get on the road, you'll start seeing that car. If you want to buy a particular color of the car, there is even a chance that you start seeing that color, maybe different car on the road more often. Why? Because what you look for, you would find. What you pay attention to is very important. So this is just a quick chat, not a very long video, but just to, encourage you to take that idea a bit more seriously. Take your journal. As the thought come, write it down. Execute layer by layer, step by step, one at a time. Get on a strategy session if you need to unpack the goals, unpack the how, unpack the impact of all of that idea. There's something I do with my clients, right? And it's a strategy session for 90 minutes where I sit with brilliant minds who have downloaded an idea, a mission, a foundation, something they want to do, but they don't even know how to start, or they feel like they will not be consistent. I sit with them and they will unpack the real why. Why are you doing this? Why was this dropped in your heart? For what purpose? For what goal? Who's the audience? We unpack all of that, and in a space of 90 minutes, they begin to get clarity. I remember I worked with a lady only 2 years ago, and then she said, I want to do this, but trust me, I don't know how to go about it. And I told her straight, I said, you have all the answers. She said, it's a lie. It's not possible. It's not possible. I don't. I said, you have all the answers. Well, she didn't believe me. And so we jumped into the session. It wasn't up to 60 minutes. And then she began to unpack all of the answers that she thought she didn't have within her. Why? Wisdom lives within. My goal as your coach is to help you unpack the wisdom that is on the inside of you so that you can manifest your dream, so that you can impact lives, so that you can transform our world, right? If everybody's holding on back, then who's going to change the nation? Who's going to change the world? We will just be there and it's just going to be so boring, right? So this is your chart. Get up and move gradually. I always say, no matter where you think you are, there are people down there who are looking up to you. So don't be carried away by those people who have gone far. Don't. Focus on your journey. Stay on your lane. Execute. The only person you should be trying to be better than is the person who you were yesterday. And that's how I move my life. I'm not in competition with anyone. I may be inspired by people, but I have deep clarity and understanding of my journey. And that's how you should live yours too. If you're new to me, my name is Faith, aka The Lighthouse, and I'm excited that you made it through this. Now, drop it in the comment section. What idea have you downloaded that you're feeling stuck with when it comes to execution? I'll be looking to read from you, and who knows, I may be able to give you 1 or 2 tips that will help you further. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and watch out for the next video. Bye, guys.